Jeff Howard here at Fix My Kite. Do we know pumps? Well, if we've been messing with these air pumps, it's been years. If there's been broken and refixing and rebuilding, well, we want to break down the truth of what about pumps. Pumps and hoses and gauges and everything else about it. So, we have a lineup of pumps here from all different manufacturers, and we're going to show you some of the differences. Now, hoses. Hoses come on every single one of them. Every single pump that is purchased out there in the world comes with all these standard fittings, which is basically 4 fittings. Now, there are some manufacturers out there that think it's really smart just to remove these things and only put the one on there that they think you might use on their kite. Why they do that? I don't know. There's only a few of them, so look around, ask around, but get all these fittings. They work on every single kite out there. The only one that some of these don't work with is the liquid force. There is one manufacturer, which is the PKS pump, and it does come with the fitting that will work on the on the liquid force main one, plus all the other ones from Slingshot to Nash to Ozone to everything else out there you can imagine in Cabrina. That hose does come with every single fitting. All the other ones come with the standard 4 that will not work on the liquid force, but they do have a 9mm on them now, so this will work on there because if you don't have that special fitting. So I just want to let you know, hoses are hoses are hoses. I take the ends of these hoses, take electrical tape right at the pump end of them, and wrap it nice and tight around here. Reason? You always wrap this hose around your pump and they begin to crack right around in here. Very easy to replace, very easy to fix. As well as the tight tape keeps the hose from coming off the fitting over time. This can happen on both ends. So, if you do not have a reinforcement around it, here's another hose from another pump, and it does have some sort of reinforcement, shrink tubing, or some kind of plastic around there. That is a great little addition, but that doesn't work on every single pump. So, take you some electrical tape, put it around here. If you put a certain color on there, you'll know it's your pump if you see a bunch of pumps out there with yours. Now, gauges. There are pump gauges on a lot of pumps nowadays. Do you need this? Well, it can help you. If the kite says to inflate to a certain pressure, they're approximate. If the kite is good and hard and holding itself up, you're good. But if you feel like you need a gauge, there's multiple gauges out there. Very low cost item. Some of them do have a one-way valve inside of here, and those are really nice. They help you regulate. It keeps the pressure from the kite to the gauge. But again, if you do not tape these fittings and they leak, the pressure will change quite a bit. But there are a lot of gauges. Most pumps now do come with gauges, and they are protected, and they're a good item to have if you feel you need it. They will gradually rust out. They're low cost. Replacing them, go for it. If you don't need it, just pump your kite up until it holds itself up and get yourself on the water. There's your hose knowledge. Now, let's talk about pumps. Pumps inside, they're all double action pumps now. Every single manufacturer is using them. They either come in a 15-inch, which was the way a lot of them went to cut a little bit of cost at the beginning, and now they've all moved up to the 18-inch pump. Will these both pump up the kite? No problem at all. These are easy to travel with. They're a little bit shorter. They may fit in your bag. What other advantages? They make you bend over further, may make your back hurt. 3 inches. Up to you. I don't know. So, the internals of these pumps are all the same. If you can look here, here are all the brands laid out. These are all basically coming from the same mold, or one mold has been copied at another manufacturer. Internally, the plungers can be slightly different. Here is one here, and this has an O-ring around. It's a one single O-ring in there. There are little valve flappers in here. If your pump is not pumping in one direction or the other, open it up and check for these little flapper valves. Sometimes they'll pop off. Pop them back on. Sometimes they'll fall off. Whatever. These are low-cost pumps. They work good. You throw them away, you get another one. So that's important, is knowing this is an O-ring type. The most popular one that's out there internally is what you call the lip valve type. They have 2 lips, one for the upper pull and one for the pusher pull or lower pull. So again, the flapper valves are right here. You'll see these little tiny valves in here. Lube them. If you have any leaking around them, when you oil the pump, which I'm going to show you, make sure this is all just gooped up with oil, because that's how they seal. They flap open and flap closed. If, for some reason, the pump is not pumping again, and it's an older pump, these flaps can also start getting a memory inwards. They start to come and shrink in, and they don't seal as you go up and down. You'll feel a little jump in the pump. Massage these by running your fingers and pushing them down with a little oil on there and get them to stretch back out and flange out, then put it back in. It'll work great. Now, when it comes to lubing and oil these pumps, get you a paper towel or an old rag, wipe all the old off because you will see the aluminum will get everywhere. Take you some basic 3-in-1 or silicone. A lot of these come with silicone. Put you a little on the shaft. You're going to get a little dirty on here. So get the sand out of there. Sometimes there's a bunch of sand. Rub this oil around all over every single one of the valves, even the flapper valves. Thin it out on your shaft. After that is done, make sure that this is a lip one, and sometimes these will hang up. Get them all inside of there slowly. Voila! That's a pump rebuild right there. That's just as simple as that. Just clean everything off, re-lube it, spread the oil around, get the good coating on there. Now, if your pump has been sticky for a long time and you say, I put oil on it and it's not working very well, there's not a whole lot you can do. There is a valve, a little rubber seal right down inside of here around this shaft. If that rubber seal is dried out and you have burnt through it, it will get very sticky. Nothing you can do. Buy a new pump. But be careful. Lube your pump once in a while. Take care of it. Get the sand out of it. If you're out on a sandy beach, sand will stick to this because of oil. Clean it off. Keep it usable. They will last you for years if you keep them out of the sun and you take care of them and lube them. And sometimes they'll last you a week. Who knows? Now, I want to tell you about another pump that's coming out. It's called the Bravo pump. Some are claiming it's really nice. There's not a whole lot difference inside of these, just to kind of give you a heads up. They do have a little different seal here. Again, it has an upper and a lower seal, just like this other pump. The main thing and what they've changed is this aluminum shaft in the center is a little bit larger. Is it going to get you on the water faster than me? I don't know. I doubt it. They pump about the same volume. It may feel like they pump a little faster. No big deal. It is a little bit bigger. It does move a little bit more air. Air Rush, Cabrina have started getting this pump and using it. Anyway, just want to give you a heads up on that. Is it better? Well, some people really like this handle. It's a little bit smoother on here. Doesn't have these ridges like some of the other ones on there. If that's an issue, well, that's your own decision there, which one you want to use. So, anyway, just want to kind of give you a heads up about pumps, how to rebuild your pump, check your pump. Keep the old pumps around. You may need the fittings. If you break a handle, they are replaceable on some of them by unscrewing them, but they are glued in and bonded up inside of here. Grab as high as you can with pliers, unscrew the handle, and you'll have an internal shaft as well. Some of them fit in other ones, so keep those pieces around and parts around just in case you need it. Other than that, there's leashes. Leashes come in all different varieties to hook onto any different kite. All of them will work in some way, shape, or form. No special situation there. But anyway, that's Jeff Howard here at FixMyKite.com, and we want to educate you so you know what you're messing with, and if you have any problems with your pump, well, just go out and get a new one or put some oil on it. Pump to ride, ride to live. That's Jeff Howard here at FixMyKite.com.